Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. This is So with Somi. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this simple dress with a drawstring. It's simple and very easy to make, and it is beginners friendly. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel and on your post notification button so you get notified whenever I post a video. So for this tutorial, I'm making use of two different prints and it is 1 yard each. Here I have folded the fabrics into two, so I have the two prints here folded together, and I've equally marked out my starting line. So now I'm going to mark in 1 inch. So this will be serving as the allowance we will use to create a channel for our rope. So if you watch carefully, this gown has a drawstring, like a place where we'll put our rope. So this 1 inch will serve as the allowance we will use to create that channel where we'll pass our rope. If you don't understand, do not get yourself confused. As we progress into this video, you will tend to understand it better. So back to the starting line, which is serving as my shoulder line, I'm going to take my neck width. So I'm working with a neck width of 3 inches and the depth is 2 inches. This is for my back neckline, and I'll connect the 2 points together. So from that neck width, I'll measure what I have left. So I have 11 inches. That is how long I want my sleeve to be. So if you want yours to be 12, 13, you can do so. So from the starting line, I came down by 12. My nipple point is 10. Then I added 1 inch to that, and that is 11. So this will be my sleeve opening. So you can make use of 9, you can make use of 10. But for mine, I made use of 11. So now this is what we have. I'm going to divide my round hip by 4. I'll mark, then I'll add 3 inches allowance. So if you watch the thumbnail, the one there is the allowance is big. So if you want yours to be that big, you can add up to 5 inches allowance. So from the 11 inches, I'll connect to that 3 inches. I didn't want mine looking that big, so I wanted it to be a little fitted on my body. That is why I made use of only 3 inches allowance. So from the 11 inches, I connected it to that 3 inches allowance. This is what we have. So from the shoulder line now, I'm going to take the full length of my gown. The full length of my gown is 36 inches, but I added 2 extra inches to that, making it 38. Because remember, we'll still be hemming the bottom of this gown. The hem will still be hemming it. Then we're still going to join our shoulders. So these are the allowances we need for that. So after getting my 38, I'll cut off the excess I have there. So measure what you want, like the length of your gown. When you get that, then cut off any excess you have there. So after cutting out, this is what I have. Now to the chest line, to the shoulder line, I'll cut off the back neckline. So from the starting line, I'll come down 1 inch for our shoulder slope. Remember, our shoulder is not straight. So I'll connect that 1 inch back to the neck width. This is what I have. I'll cut off the excess I have there. So the allowance we marked, remember we divided our hip by 4 plus extra 3 inches. So I'll take that allowance down to the full length. I'll cut off the excess I have there. So after cutting out, this is what I have. I'll place my fabrics together this way to be sure that every sides are matching, that the both prints, they are all equal on the same sides. After getting that, then the 1 inch allowance we marked, we're going to split that open this way. So now I'll separate the fabric and I'll pick the one I want for my front piece. So I'll pick any one. This will be serving as my front piece. So this is the one I want to use for my front piece. I'll place the two of them together, making sure that the necklines are matching, the armhole and the sides are matching. So I've already marked out my neckline, so I'll turn it to the other side so you see what I have. So this is what I have. You see, I've marked it out. So what I did here was, remember, I've already taken off 2 inches for the back neckline. So I'll place 2 inches on that, and I came down 7.5 for my front neckline, the depth, and I connected it back to the neck width this way. After connecting, then I squared it out. See the way I squared it out. So now we're going to cut off that excess we have there. So before we stitch that 1 inch, we are going to hem the bottom. We hem by half an inch, fold by half an inch, and fold again by half an inch, and stitch. After stitching, then we'll stitch the 1 inch allowance we added this way. So this is for my back piece. I'll open it up this way. I'll place the second print on it, making sure that the sides and the necklines are matching. So before I stitch the 1 inch allowance, see the 1 inch allowance, before I stitch it, I'll hem the bottom this way. After hemming, then I will stitch. I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So after hemming, this is what I have. This is for my front piece. I've hemmed it, and I've equally ironed out my seam this way. So next thing we're going to do, I will show you my pocket. So this is my pocket. So if you want your pocket to be as big as one in the front, so for the one I have here, the length is 7 and the width is 6. So 7 is because I have already hemmed half an inch all around. So I've used 1 inch already for hemming. So if you want yours to be big, you can use 8 inches for the length, then 10 for the wideness. So all I did was I came down 17 inches for my waist, and from the middle line, I marked in 2 inches, then placed my pocket on it. I'll use a pin to hold that. I'll take it to the machine and stitch all around. So I'll do the same for the other side. I'll come down from the shoulder line 17 inches for my waist. From the center line, I'll go in by 2 inches. I'll place my pocket on it this way. I'll stitch it all around. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you what I have. So after stitching, this is what I have. Now this is the fabric I'll be using for my ruffles. So the width here is 2 inches and the length is 40 inches. So I've hemmed it all around. So what I'll be doing is I'll take it to the machine. I'll be pleating it. While sewing, I'll be pleating it till I get to the end of these pockets. I'll do that all around. I'll do it for the other side too. So before I show you what I have, I'll turn it to the wrong side. I'm going to fold in that allowance, that 1 inch allowance, and I'll stitch on both sides. This is where we are creating our channel. So after adding my ruffle, this is what I have, and I've equally stitched my channels. I've stitched it down. So this is what it looks like, and this is what the hem looks like. You see that opening, we'll be passing our rope. So this is what it looks like. So the next thing we're going to do now is this is the rope we'll be using. So for the rope, which will be serving as what we'll use to ruche this gown, the length of mine is 30 inches. So depending on how long you want yours to be, for mine is 13 inches. So I'm going to use a safety pin to pass it through the channel we created. So I use the safety pin. So all I'm doing here is passing it through the channel we created. So whatever you're doing on this side, you'll do it on the other side. So after passing it out, this is what I have. So it is on the front neckline. Now I'll remove the pin and I'll get my pin. I remove the safety pin, so I'll get my pin to hold it down, because if you don't use pin to hold it down, there's a tendency to move. So I'll hold it down. So remember to put your second rope. Then after putting your second rope, you're going to use a facing to turn the neckline. So I'll use the facing to turn the neckline. So after turning it, I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So here I've turned my neckline and I'm here to use a hemming gun to hold it down. This is what my neckline looks like. And now I've equally joined my shoulder with half an inch. So I'll open up the fabric this way. I'll fold it in by half an inch. I'll fold it again by half an inch. I'll take it to the machine to stitch. So I'll do this for the other side too. After stitching it, I'll put the 2 sleeves together this way and I'll stitch with half an inch down to the full length. And I'll do that to the other side. I'll do it and bring it back to show you. So after stitching, this is what my gown looks like. So you see, this guy is very simple and it's something that you can make in 10-20 minutes. So guys, thank you so much for sticking up to this point. Thank you for liking and commenting on my video.